I've done 2 tours overseas, built houses in the rain, poured concrete with a broken wrist. But none of that shit prepared me for Barbara. She's not a woman, she's a one-woman paperwork militia. Let me tell you something, man. You think the Taliban's scary, try pissing off an HOA president with a clipboard and too much free time. Comment below if your HOA's ever pulled some crazy-ass power move. Or if you are on an HOA board. Take notes, buddy. So here's how it started. I didn't sign up for no war. I was out there doing what I do, pouring concrete at this new medical joint. Sun cooking my face rebar, slicing my gloves, sweat pouring down my back like a leaky faucet from hell. That's when my damn phone buzzed. It's my lawyer, Logan. Your granddad passed. Just like that time hit the brakes. Not because it shocked me hell the old bastard was slowing down, but Grandpa Henry Guy was built like a John Deere and just as damn stubborn. You don't expect dudes like that to clock out. He left me the cabin. Not just any shack, our place. The one we bled and cussed over when I was 17 before the world started swinging with both fists. Sat right there in Pine Valley, tucked in between ancient pines and cold-ass memories. He always said it was the last place that felt real. Few days after the funeral, I threw some beers and beef jerky in the F-350 and headed out to visit the ghosts. Shoulda just stayed the hell home. Pull into Pine Valley, first thing that hits me is that old mix of pine and diesel. Tires crunching, gravel birds chirping like nothing's wrong, and boom, there she is. My cabin, still standing. That patch job I did with Grandpa last summer solid. Concrete like it was poured yesterday. I'm hauling my gear when I see her, this lady. Mid-50s, helmet blonde. Burgundy pantsuit so tight it looked like it was painted on. She's holding an iPhone like she's scouting for an HGTV episode. Snapping pics of my damn property. I walk up calm. Can I help you, ma'am? She turns around, slow, gives me that plastic smile that's all teeth, no soul. I wasn't informed about any guests entering our community today. Cool. I reach in the truck, grab the docks, dangle the keys like they're a badge. Logan Brooks, Henry's grandson. This is mine now. She locks up. Her eyes go tight like I just told her I was ATF. Brooks. That name ain't on our HOA list. I laughed. Couldn't help it. Yeah, no shit. This place was built in '70, ma'am. Y'all's little neighborhood mafia didn't exist back then. Name's Barbara Fitzgerald, president of the Pine Valley HOA. And from the moment I said Brooks, she had me on her shit list. First week 15 violation notices. Driveway unauthorized repairs. Construction trailer visual disturbance. My truck, my goddamn work. Truck 2 commercial. Every fine had a smiley face next to her name. Like I was a 5-year-old who just ate paste and earned a sticker. I stayed quiet. At first. Then Tom Sullivan shows up. Good old boy mid-40s, 6-pack of Coors and that 1,000-yard stare. Welcome to Barbara's kingdom, he says, shaking his head. Tells me she's been running this place like a 2-bit dictatorship. Drove out 3 families just last year, long-timers. Good folks. He leans in real serious. Watch your back. Her husband's a lawyer. Pause. Not a good one, he says. But he knows how to bury you in paperwork. We drink. Swap war stories. Like we've known each other for years, and I realize this place ain't what it used to be. And that smug-ass woman in the burgundy suit, she's building herself a kingdom out of fear and red tape. That night, I'm sitting inside. Cabin smells like dust and old memories. See a photo on the wall, me and Grandpa laughing like jackasses, concrete all over us. Then I notice something. His old bench. There's a folded survey receipt under a hammer. Dated 2019. Scrawled note just in case. Next to it, a map. Red circles around the property lines. One of his old project notebooks, he kept them suckers like scripture. The last one's bookmarked Barbara F., getting aggressive again. Time to prepare Logan. Then a single damn line. The truth don't stay buried, neither did Emily. Emily. Who the hell's Emily? Before I can blink, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Your grandfather kept quiet for 10 years. You should too. A friend. I glance outside. Black Lexus, tinted windows, no plates. Crawling past the cabin like it's hunting trouble. Gut tightens. Next day, certified letter taped right to my front door. Emergency HOA meeting. Attendance strongly encouraged. I go. Bad move. Rooms full of people looking like they'd rather be at the damn dentist. Folding chairs, bad coffee, and despair. Barbara's upfront navy suit this time. Nails clicking on the mic. We need to address road maintenance, she chirps. Then she drops at $500 month fee for all properties. Whole room starts murmuring. Nobody speaks. I raise a hand. My driveway's my own damn concrete. I built it. Maintain it. Don't use your HOA roads. She smiles like a rattlesnake. Oh, but you do, Mr. Brooks. You have to drive through our roads to get to your cabin. No pay, no pass. Her husband Brad's nodding like a bobblehead on meth. Legally, he says we can restrict access to private infrastructure. I want to throw a goddamn folding chair, but I keep it cool. I'll need to review the property deeds. Barbara's smile stretches like it's about to crack her plastic face. Of course, you have 30 days. Or else. That night, Tom drops by again. This time he ain't joking. She's done this before, but this time might be different. He stares at me. You got the balls to see this through. I don't blink. Tom, I've been pouring concrete for 2 decades. You know what that means? He shakes his head. Means I know how to make something so fucking solid, not even a damn HOA president can move it. That was the spark. Barbara didn't just start a fight. She started a goddamn war. And the blueprints to her downfall sitting right there, next to Grandpa's old coffee mug. Concrete don't lie. Pour it wrong, it cracks. Cover a crime, it rots. One way or another, that shit surfaces. So there I was, sitting in Grandpa's cabin, warm beer in hand, stewing over Barbara's HOA racket. Couldn't sleep. Whole damn place smelled like pine old paper and that weird scent unfinished business. I kept thinking about that damn map. The red circles, that one line. Just like Emily. Who the fuck was Emily? And why the hell did some coward text me a threat? Next morning I dig in. Grandpa's bench was a goddamn museum. Every bolt in place. Every receipt logged. I used to give him hell for it. Guess it might have saved my ass. Buried behind old concrete mix invoices from '05, I find it. The deed. Dated 1955, original land ownership. The Brooks name stamped all over it. Even the road Barbara claims is HOA turf, yeah. Not hers. Turns out the HOA's got an easement. That's legalese for you can use it, but don't pretend you own it. Like borrowing someone's truck and calling it yours because you washed it once. I just sat there. Floor creaked beneath me. Son of a bitch, she's bluffing. And then more. Surveyor receipts, county zoning shit. Blueprint with Grandpa's handwriting. Watch this line, she moved it. She'd been nudging the fence, quietly. Thought no one would notice. But Grandpa did. Now it's on me. Then I find the safe. Yup. Actual damn safe sunk into the basement concrete, hidden behind a fake HVAC vent. I helped install that thing when I was 18, thought it was just Grandpa being weird. Turns out he was gearing up for war. Label on it for Logan when they crossed the line. Jesus, Grandpa. I pry it open. Inside, a steel key labeled First National Bank. USB drive, waterproof casing. 2 folders. Property disputes, Fitzgerald and Emily. Private, and an evidence bag. Glass shards, label from scene. HB, Henry Brooks. That's when it hits like a cinder block. This ain't about fucking property lines. I call Tom. You ever hear of Emily Longpaws? Why she's in Grandpa's log? Found a folder. Evidence. Silence. Then real low. Stay put. I'm coming over. Next day he shows up. Backpack 6-pack 1,000-yard stare. No talk. Just sits. Slaps down a photo creased old. Young woman, 20-something. Smile like sunshine. Eyes soft. That's Emily. My sister. I lean back. Shit. He nods. 2014. She'd just finished nursing school. Working nights, walking home. Barbara hit her. Black Lexus, 60 I must mop. Drunk from the HOA gala. My gut drops. Fucking hell. She drove off, reported the car stolen the next day. Cops never charged her. Not enough evidence. Her husband scrubbed it all. I'm squeezing the table edge so hard it creaks. Grandpa saw it happen, Tom says. Camera caught the whole thing. He plugs in the USB. Grainy footage, time-stamped, Lexus, busted front. Barbara's face in the glow of the dash light. Then she drives off like it was a fucking squirrel. Your grandpa saved it all, Tom says. My mom begged him to keep quiet. Didn't want it public, but he held it. Waiting? Tom leans in. We made a deal. I move in, watch her. He keeps the proof. But if she ever went after you, we yacked. I'm breathing like I just ran uphill. The fines, the harassment, fence bullshit. It was all cover. Tom slides another folder across. Want to see how deep it goes inside cooked HOA ledgers. Fake invoices to Barbara Enterprises, LLC. Emails leaning on county reps. Tax records she's paying half what the neighbors are. Complaints from Patel's, Martinez, Jackson's right before she ran them out. She's running this place like a mob boss with a clipboard. I stare at the wall. Grandpa's photo, concrete on his hands, that sly look like he just fixed the world with duct tape and spite. He saw it all coming. Laid it out. Now it's my goddamn move. And I ain't letting some HOA tyrant bury what's mine under fake fines and bullshit. That night, everything changed. No more defense. From here on out, I ain't just fighting back. I'm burying her empire one concrete slab at a time. You push a man too far and he'll push back, but you push a man who owns rebar and a bobcat, that motherfucker will pave over your whole damn life. So here's the thing about war. It's never fair, never clean, and it always starts with paperwork. I spent the next 2 days in the cabin going through Grandpa's files like a man possessed. County land deeds, building permits, handwritten letters. Hell, there was even a napkin sketch of Pine Valley with Barbara's lying written across the road. This wasn't just paranoia. This was a man with a goddamn mission. Tom and I set up HQ at the kitchen table. We had coffee, beef jerky, and a stack of legal-sized nightmares. We made a plan. Step 1, confirm the road. We called up Mike Johnson, a crusty old surveyor who'd worked this land since the 80s. Guy shows up with maps so old they were drawn by hand and smelled like tobacco and rage. Mike takes one look at the current Pine Valley property lines and scoffs. Bullshit. He lays out the original 1955 survey. See this, he says, jabbing a bony finger. That road the HOA thinks they own. It's Brooks land. Always has been. I lean in. So they've been trespassing for 5 years now, he says, and I can prove it. Turns out Barbara quietly moved the fence lines and filed bogus documents with the county. Fake maps, forged signatures. She thought no one would notice. Well, guess what, Barbara, we noticed. Step 2. Gather evidence. We scanned everything, uploaded it to the cloud, put it on 2 USBs, one with Tom 1 in a safety deposit box, because we knew Barbara would escalate, and boy, she did. Over the next few days, she went nuclear. She started patrolling my cabin at 7 a.m. sharp, phone out, taking pictures like she was on safari. New violation notices popped up daily. Concrete dust exceeds neighborhood cleanliness standards. Rebar visible from 50 feet. Work boots left on porch violate visual harmony. What the fuck is visual harmony? Brad sent another lawyer letter. Official header, big words. Bold font and the same old threat. Pay the road maintenance fee or we block your access. Then came the sticky note, tick-tock, BF. Tick. Fucking talk okay, bitch. Step 3. Bring the boom. Tom, I said, you remember Danny Morrison? The Marine with the trucking company. That's the one. I picked up the phone. Danny, buddy. Remember that time I pulled your ass out of that collapsed culvert in Kandahar? Good. Time to pay me back. I explained the situation. Not all the murder and fraud, just enough. I need 3 trucks of construction material delivered up here. Rebar forms quickset, and maybe a little accident. Danny didn't ask questions. That's why I love Marines. Step 4. Accident. At 5:30 a.m., 3 big-ass trucks roll up the mountain road. Truck 1, rebar and steel beams. Truck 2, concrete forms. Truck 3, 12,000 lbs of dry mix. Truck 1 breaks down right in front of the Pine Valley gate. Axle snaps. Steel spills everywhere. Truck 2 jackknifes behind it, blocking any detour. Truck 3 can't get through. Now it's a construction sandwich. One road in, one road out, and it's buried in 30 tons of oops, my bad. Barbara shows up at 7:01 like clockwork. Sees the mess. Turns purple. Screams into her phone. You can't do this. You're blocking an HOA road. I calmly walk over in my hard hat, clipboard in hand. Actually, ma'am, this is Brooks' property. Officer Martinez rolls up. He's been watching this HOA drama unfold for years and looks like it's his birthday. Morning Logan. Looks like a mess. Yup, safety hazard. Gonna take a week, maybe more. Can't rush structural steel, officer. Martinez nods solemnly. Can't argue with OSHA. Barbara screams, residents honk. HOA kingdom paralyzed. Step 5, build the maze. We turned the accident site into a full-blown construction zone. I called in my best crew guys who owed me favors, guys who hated HOAs, guys who just liked chaos. Over 5 days, we poured 12 concrete barriers. 8 feet long, 4 feet tall, 15 tons each, reinforced with enough rebar to stop a damn tank. On each one, I embedded a bronze plaque, Brooks Construction, beautifying Pine Valley. Since 1955, but the real kicker, we turned them into planters. Ginkgo trees, Bradford pears, Titan arums, aka corpse flowers, and I loaded those bastards with fish emulsion fertilizer. Nature's own little revenge. By day 6, the road looked like a Mad Max obstacle course. Cars had to zigzag through like a drunk raccoon. Speed limit dropped to 5 mph. Even Amazon drivers noped the fuck out. Barbara, losing her mind, she tried everything. Screaming matches, legal threats, hiring dudes to knock down the barriers. We filmed them and called the cops. Ramming one with her Lexus totaled it, all captured on 4K hidden cameras embedded in the concrete. The video went viral. HOA, president versus concrete. Concrete wins. Meanwhile, Tom and I weren't done. We filed paperwork to have the road officially renamed Brooks Lane. Then we filed a formal trespassing complaint against the HOA for using our road without permission. We sent Barbara a cease and desist letter with a sticky note that said, "Tick fucking talk." You ever seen a dictator fall, man? Not in some history book, but right in front of your face screaming about curb paint and lawn length? It's beautiful, like watching karma in a hard hat. You ever smelled a Bradford pear tree in bloom? It's like a dead fish farted inside a porta potty during a heat wave. Now imagine 20 of those. In your front yard, you mess with the bull, you get the biological warfare. So by day 6, Pine Valley didn't look like a gated community anymore. It looked like some post-apocalyptic Pinterest board gone to hell. You had twisted roads, 15-ton concrete planters full of nightmare plants, residents dodging around barriers like they were playing Mario Kart, and Barbara pacing in high heels like her HOA kingdom just got hit by a tornado made of steel and spite. And then, the smell came. Remember those trees we planted? Yeah, nature got to work. Ginkgo trees started dropping their fruit, little yellow turds of doom that reeked of vomit and rancid butter. Bradford pears bloomed early, releasing their dead fish air freshener into the neighborhood. And the real MVP Titan arums, aka corpse flowers, they started to open. Let me tell you, if the concrete didn't kill Barbara's empire, the smell sure as hell did. By day 8, I was watching from my porch like a general surveying the battlefield. Pizza delivery drivers were turning back. Mail carriers left boxes at the gate. An Amazon dude puked on the lawn and took off. Tom showed up with donuts and a gas mask. You sure you didn't go too far, Logan? I took a long sip of beer. Too far was when she locked me out of my own land. This, this is justice. With fertilizer. Concrete doesn't flinch. Barbara tried everything. Legal injunctions denied. Calling the sheriff. He shrugged. Screaming into the void not effective. Then she went full toddler. Tried to drive her Lexus through the maze. Hit a planter. Totaled the car. The sound was beautiful. Clunk, crrrsh, has pop concrete 1. Lexus 0. We caught it all on camera, posted the footage with the title HOA President vs. Concrete. Guess who wins it? Got 2.4 million views in 48 hours. Top comment: bro built a Mario Kart track out of spite. Respect. The court of public opinion. By day 10 shit was national news. Channel 7. News showed up with a segment called Concrete Siege in Pine Valley. When HOAs go too far. Reporter stood in front of one of my beautiful rebar-stuffed planters as the wind blew a wave of corpse flower funk directly into her face. We're cough. Live from Pine Valley where the air is thick and the HOA is thicker. Back to you in the studio. Inside the community mutiny. Residents were pissed. Mrs. Chen from Lot 4 cornered Barbara and asked, "What the hell did you do to make this man go full Home Depot on us?" Mr. Henderson, 72, started wearing earplugs and a clothespin on his nose. Teenagers were skateboarding through the concrete maze like it was X Games HOA edition. At the next emergency HOA meeting, all hell broke loose. Barbara stood at the podium foundation, cracking hair frizzed, looking like a villain at the end of a Marvel movie. Logan Brooks is terrorizing this community. Then a voice from the crowd. "No, Barbara, you did this. You pushed him." Gasps, murmurs, a couple chuckles. Somebody yelled, "Bring back the Jacksons, you tyrant." Barbara's hands trembled. "You're all ungrateful. I built this community. I protected you from lawn chairs and unsanctioned mailbox colors. Someone threw a pamphlet." I nearly stood up and applauded. Back at the cabin, Tom and I sat on the porch like two veterans who just won a war made of concrete and pettiness. "She's losing it," Tom said, grinning. "Nah," I said. "She already lost. She just hasn't realized it yet." Strategic sabotage. Just to be clear, everything we did was legal. The barriers were on Brooks' property. The trees all native, all allowed by zoning laws. The fertilizer. Natural baby. Organic stink. Hell, we even submitted a beautification request to the county. They approved it. The barriers were officially recognized as architectural installations for public safety and natural enhancement. I framed the approval letter and hung it in the cabin bathroom. You know what Barbara hates more than losing control? Losing it legally. By day 12. 3 families listed their homes, all citing HOA dysfunction. Local school buses rerouted. Too much navigational complexity. Barbara's husband filed a stress leave request from his fake-ass law firm. I heard he sleeps in the garage now. The smell won't leave. The breaking point. Barbara stood in the middle of the road one morning, screaming into her phone surrounded by 15 tons of rebar-laced revenge and the gentle wafting aroma of botanical hell. Kids laughed from the sidewalk. Neighbors watched from behind curtains. And I cracked a cold one, tipped my hat to Grandpa's picture on the wall, and smiled. That was the moment I knew I'd won the war. Not because I crushed her, but because I proved you can't bury the truth forever, not even under a mountain of concrete and HOA bullshit. You build a kingdom on lies, eventually the foundation cracks. And when it does, all that power, all that bullshit comes crashing down. It had been 2 weeks since the siege began. 2 weeks of Barbara screaming, flailing, threatening lawsuits. 2 weeks of neighbors whispering, children holding their noses, and Amazon leaving packages in the damn woods. And through it all, I'd been planning one final move. Not just to shut Barbara down, not just to win, but to end it the right way. I texted her at 3:00 a.m. Simple and cold. Meet me at the cabin. Come alone. It's time. The final confrontation. She showed up at sunset 2 miles on foot because her HOA gate was still locked tighter than her Botox jawline. She looked like hell, hair matted, makeup smeared, high heels caked in mud, but that fake confidence still clung to her like a bad perfume. She walked in, took one look at my laptop glowing on the table, and froze. "What is this?" she hissed. I didn't say a word, just clicked play. The footage grainy nightcam, March 15th, 2014. Barbara's Lexus, the road. The flash of a young woman, Emily. Barbara's face in the car light, the crunch, the impact, the hesitation, the escape. Then, darkness. Barbara's hands went to her face. "Oh God," she whispered. "Oh God, I didn't. I thought it was a deer." Then I saw her. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. She collapsed into the chair, sobbing. No more act. No more queen of HOA. Just a woman drowning in her own guilt. And then Tom walked in. Quiet, controlled, a folder in hand. Barbara looked up. Recognition dawned like a punch to the throat. "You're Emily's brother." He didn't respond, just pulled a photo from the folder, Emily smiling in her nurse scrubs. "She helped deliver a baby that night," Tom said softly. "Texted me on her walk home. Said she felt like a real nurse." He laid the photo down. "You took that from her? From me? From my mother? From every goddamn person who ever loved her?" Barbara shook, trembling like a branch in a storm. "Please, don't ruin my children. They don't know. They're innocent." Tom's voice cracked like old concrete. So was Emily. The offer. I pulled out a second folder, laid it on the table. "You got two choices, Barbara." I held up a flash drive. "Option 1. This goes to the media, the cops, the internet, the whole damn country. You go viral. You lose your home, your career, your family. Your face becomes a meme next to the word coward." She gasped. I slid a document across the table. "Option 2. You confess. You resign. You pay restitution to the families you screwed. You leave Pine Valley, quietly, forever." I pulled out my phone. 60 seconds. Decide. She stared at the resignation letter like it was a death sentence. Which, in a way, it was. 50 seconds. Her eyes darted to Tom, then to me, then to the screen, still frozen on the image of her Lexus. 40 seconds. She reached for the pen. 30 seconds. She signed. "I'll do it. I'll confess. I'll pay whatever I can. Just please don't ruin my children." Tom nodded, stone-faced. "Then you've got one last chance." The public confession. The next night, the HOA held an emergency meeting. Every single resident showed up. Standing room only. Barbara walked in not in her power suit. No clipboard, no smile, just a small broken woman. She stepped up to the podium, cleared her throat, and told them everything. For 5 years, I abused my role as HOA president. I manipulated documents. I falsified property lines. I embezzled funds. I harassed families, the Patels, the Martinez, the Jacksons. All of them left because of me. Gasps, a woman sobbed in the back. I used the HOA to build control because I was afraid. Afraid of the truth coming out. But the truth always wins. And then she said Emily's name. She told them the truth about that night, about the lie, about how she ran. You could have heard a pin drop. And then Tom stood up, tears streaming. "I'll never forgive you, but I'll let you leave." The crowd didn't cheer. They didn't boo. They just stood there, silent, processing. Sometimes silence is the loudest justice. The final twist. Brad Barbara's lawyer husband stood up next and dropped an envelope on the table. "Divorce papers," he said. "I knew about Emily. I helped cover it up, and I've hated myself every day since." Then he walked out, leaving Barbara utterly alone. Tom and I stayed behind, watched Barbara walk out of Pine Valley for the last time. No more Lexus, no more clipboard. Just a woman with nothing but the weight of her own decisions. That night, I didn't feel proud. Didn't feel like I won. I just felt done. Like we'd poured the last bag of concrete and all that was left was to wait for it to set. My grandpa used to say, concrete is permanent, so make damn sure what you're building is worth lasting. Guess that applies to more than just driveways. Barbara Fitzgerald left Pine Valley in the early morning. No farewell speech, no Lexus. Just a worn duffel bag, a rental car with Arizona plates, and a community watching her from behind curtains and porch swings. No one waved. She didn't look back. The cleanup first order of business. We tore down every bullshit bylaw she ever passed. No more approved mailbox shades. No more lawn height inspections. No more visual harmony violations, whatever the hell that even meant. At the next HOA election, the entire board got voted out. Tom got elected president. By a unanimous vote. His first act? We're no longer the Pine Valley Homeowners Association. We're now just neighbors. The concrete maze stays. Funny thing. The residents asked to keep the barriers. They said it slowed traffic, made the place feel safe. Plus, it was a hell of a conversation starter for real estate agents. So, we converted the planters into actual landscape features. We swapped out the corpse flowers, thank God, kept the ginkgo trees and planted herbs and wildflowers. Bees loved it. HOA Karen types, not so much. The bronze plaque stayed too. Brooks Construction, beautifying Pine Valley since 1955, hell yeah. The cabin becomes a legacy. We turned the cabin into the Emily Sullivan Memorial Youth Workshop. We built a deck, added classrooms, tool storage, a coffee machine older than me. Every Saturday, I taught local teens how to pour concrete, read blueprints, use a circular saw without cutting off a limb. Tom gave free seminars on investigation and civic rights. Grandpa would have loved it. Meanwhile, on the internet, remember that viral video, the one with Barbara ramming her Lexus into a planter? It hit 100 million views, the top comment. This dude turned HOA hell into HGTV heaven. When's the movie Another User Bros got more emotional payoff than Breaking Bad? Concrete justice, baby. Danny the Marine trucker texted me, "You're a famous asshole. You owe me a beer." Hole. You. Channel 7 came back for a follow-up piece. I gave him the tour, showed off the planters, the workshop, the wall of student projects, birdhouses, benches, one poorly made bookshelf we still laugh about. The reporter smiled. "So what now, Mr. Brooks?" I looked out at the kids mixing concrete in the yard laughing. Now, we build. 1 month later, Tom and I sat on the cabin porch. 2 folding chairs, a couple cold beers, the mountain air crisp with pine and promise. He raised his can, to Emily, to Grandpa. We clinked. Silence for a moment. "Think we did the right thing?" I asked. Tom didn't hesitate. "We didn't just tear down what was wrong, we built something better." I looked out at the road, the same one Barbara once tried to claim. Now lined with flowers, laughter, community, justice, not vengeance, strength, not fear. And just as the sun dipped behind the trees, my phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. "Hey, I saw your story online. Got an HOA problem too. You available, PS?" Definitely not another HOA president. Tom read it over my shoulder. He smirked. Round 2, I cracked my knuckles. Grinned. Better order more concrete. Because in the end, it's not just about fighting back. It's about what you build after the dust settles, and maybe, just maybe, that's what justice really is.